Hi, and welcome back to Get It Done Home Repairs. So this is what the floor looks like after we break those leveling pieces off of the floors after it's thoroughly dried. You just tap them with the hammer and boom, they pop right off and you're ready to start to grout. All right, so let's mix up the grout and let's get it in there and finish this job off. We use our float and we push all the grout into all of this seams in between all of the tiles. So we have a nice clean grout joint. We force the grout into the joint so that way it thoroughly fills it from the top all the way down to the subfloor below. After it dries a little bit, we'll come in here with a wet sponge and we'll clean off any of the excess. So it's very important. Don't let the grout dry too solid onto the tiles themselves. You want to clean it with a bucket of water to clean off any of the residual that's laying on top of the tile. We'll wipe it all down, clean it, we'll dump the bucket out, and then we'll grab a new bucket of fresh water, and we'll come in here and we'll clean up the floor a second time to make sure all of that excess grout is gone. And after it's cleaned off and thoroughly cleaned, then we'll let it dry. And of course, we're going to come in here and we're going to seal these joints too, all of the tile joints, just to make sure we have a totally waterproof kitchen floor, because as you know, I have dogs, and you know dogs can be kind of messy sometimes. So now after the second bucket of water is used to clean off all of the residual haze on the tiles itself, we set up a fan just to blow air across it to dry it off, and that way the tile joints will dry thoroughly and we'll be in good shape. Let me show you what that trowel looks like that we used to put the adhesive underneath the tiles, and it was a 1/2-inch square notch, just so you know, but this is what it looks like, and that's what we put down with the mastic to adhere the tiles to the floor. Okay, so as you can see here, we patched up the ceiling up inside here where that was opened up for the electrician to do whatever they had to do up there. We took out the lights that were in the ceiling here, and we're relocating them to this location over here and over here, so that way they line up exactly with the center of the cabinet itself. All right, you can see most of the drywall is done now, and we're just going to connect up the under the cabinet lighting and put in our different outlets around. Now, to cut these holes in the ceiling, we did not use a drywall saw to cut the holes in there. We actually have a tool that you can set it to the proper diameter and you can cut a perfectly round hole, so that way the light goes in there and fits 100% with no visible signs of light showing through. So we'll put our molding down on the floor moldings over here, and of course, we did the moldings around the door, all the way around. We are going to swap out these hinges right here because these hinges are a different color than those hinges. And of course, we still have to put our light up here, which we're going to get to shortly. And of course, we have to paint in here yet. We'll put the grates back on here. That's just the intake for the air conditioning system and the heating. Okay, so we had the welder here, and everything is welded here. And there. All right, so we have us inspection schedule for tomorrow. They'll come back, take a look at this, make sure it's up to their standards, and then we can pour the concrete inside here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we actually sealed up the top ceiling up here where we had that slot before. We are using, just so you know, we're using a quick drying spackle. It dries within about an hour, so we can actually recoat it again. You see we have the lights in. The other lights are now gone. These lights, of course, we're taking those out just so we can work here. But that's it. No more popcorn ceiling. That popcorn will be gone. Instead of trying to match popcorn, we elected to do a skim coat over the entire ceiling, and that way it'll be a totally flat ceiling. All right, so as you can see, we're up to the painting stage. We put our coat of paint on the ceiling, and we're waiting for it to dry, and then we'll hit it with the second coat of paint. And in the meantime, we're going to be painting the walls as well. Next, we're going to turn our attention to painting in here. As you can see, it's quite a distance from the ground up to where we need to put that light in. So what we did is we hooked up we made like a scaffolding with a ladder down the bottom, this up on top, and a piece of wood across the top so we can get up there and get to that light to install it, and of course paint the ceiling. Betcha that's not OSHA approved. Right, next we have our second coat of paint on the ceiling, so that way it's going to thoroughly dry. Once that dries, we'll hit the second coat of paint on the walls, and then the ceiling and the walls will be done, and then the plastic can come down and we can dispose of that because the majority of the mess is now finished. All right, everything is looking really good, and of course we'll connect up our lights and put them back in as well. Okay, so we have the molding now put down on the floor all the way around over here. We also installed it back over here behind the refrigerator and over here into the door jamb itself. This is what it's going to look like by the door jamb, and what I had to do was cut that molding out a little bit down on the bottom to accommodate the new molding that's going to go in. And of course we have it down here on the bottom here as well. And to finish up the floor itself, we actually cut these tiles to go around this unit here itself. We laid them in place, let them dry, and let the mastic dry, and then we'll come back and we'll grout that particular joint as well. And of course we grouted all around where the cabinet touches up against the tiles itself as well. All right, let me just show you what we're up to now with this kitchen renovation project. As you can see, we have all the drywall is finished. Our refrigerator's back in. Our cabinets are mounted back where they belong. The stove is connected up. The outlet behind the stove obviously is connected. That one there is connected up as well. This one, we still have to put a GFCI in there. We actually have to go to the store and pick one up. But that's pretty much it. The cabinets are up and installed. And of course the microwave is connected. All right, let me show you what else we have here. This is the other side of the floor itself. All right, as you can see, it's all pretty much done. I will tell you this, I am going to seal these joints right down in here, the grout joints, just to avoid a problem, because as you guys know, I have dogs and they do have their water here in the kitchen. And of course, we don't want to have a problem with moisture underneath the tile, or through the tile joint, I should say, the grout. All right, so we're going to seal that too, just to make sure it's perfectly set. We are not going to go with the cheaper stuff. We are going to go with the better stuff. It's supposedly a 20-year product, so periodically we'll have to come back and do this, but that's pretty much what it looks like. All right, let me go downstairs, and I'm going to explain to you a problem we have downstairs. This, of course, we mounted our grate on here. Our outlet is now in there. Our other outlet is here. But the biggest problem we have, and you can elaborate on this if you'd like, the building inspector came and he went down here and he walked down these stairs right here. And what he said to me as he got halfway down the stairs, he stood here and he bounced. I'll show you what I mean. He came halfway down the stairs and he stood here and he bounced up and down on the stairs, and he said there's too much bounce in these stairs that I have to come in here and I have to support underneath the steps themselves to reinforce it, so that way it's more sturdy and it's not going to move. So I have to put some kind of a reinforcement down in here. Now I will tell you this, the guy who came here, the inspector, had to weigh 350 pounds at least. And you don't want to get into an argument with the inspector, because if you do, you know what's going to happen. He's going to be real nitpicky and give you a hard time. So we are going to put something in here. We're ready to pour the concrete down in here. He gave us the okay to do that. So we're going to pour the concrete in there, and once it cures, we'll remove these temporary column right here. And we'll take that out. All right, so that's pretty much what we're up to at this point. We did redirect all of the electrical wiring up inside here, so now it's all back where it belongs. As you know, we had to install. Now the cabinets were further over this way here, so obviously the wiring was too short. So we had to put junction boxes in so we could junction everything together and then put it up into the new outlets on the walls. But that's pretty much what we're up to right now. All right, we're going to build that temporary wall, and we'll hopefully get this project finished very shortly and get our passing grades. Now, obviously, you know we had an outlet over here. We had that, it was a triple outlet over here. So we did relocate that to the other wall, but we have to patch this one up so that way it's totally sealed up and it looks really good. All right, I'll keep you posted, and I'll let you know what the final outcome is and how the job turns out. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.